The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi guys. I'm gonna start now because it's already 4 and I don't want to be late as scheduled. So the session is already, we are recording the session. So I'm gonna share this on my YouTube channel after the session, we complete the session. Okay, so I'm gonna show you today the purpose of this training today is to show you the importance of and how we use dimensions and the importance of dimensions in Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2018 or same time the Business Center Dynamics 365. Okay, can you hear me well? Because I don't know, I'm not sure that you can hear me and everything is okay. Yes, I need to make sure that nobody is having problem. If anybody has problem, please just put it on the chat part. So just write for me that you are not facing any problem. Okay, so please in the chat section, if anybody is not hearing me or anything, or is facing any problem, please let me know. Okay, so what is dimensions? Dimensions, as it is said in or it is known in Microsoft Dynamics NAV, it is analytical data that we add to all accounting entries. So it is part of Microsoft Dynamics NAV. I will go now to Dynamics NAV. I'm using for this training the accounting manager role, which is a very rich role. Okay, so if you have, okay, so Salah is hearing me, which is great. Okay, this is for I'm answering this question. So accounting manager, which is a very rich role available for on Dynamics NAV. So you see here inside this role you have very rich information. Under the administration part you will see the dimension. So dimension, it is part of the financial administration, and this is very important to mention this because it is not a transactional data, it is a configuration data that we are going to configure inside Dynamics NAV or 365 Business Central in order to add this analytical data to all transaction entries. I'm gonna share with you on the Dynamics NAV, there is how what we call working with dimension. This is the online part of Dynamics and AV help. So this, I'm going to send you this URL. So this URL to show you how you work with Dimension. So in case you need to know more information about Dimension or to have this online help on Dynamics and AV Dimension part, you will see that it is available on Dynamics Nav as working with dimension part of finance. So first of all, we can define dimensions inside Dynamics Nav. We have 2 global dimensions and 6 shortcut. Okay, so we have, I'm gonna put this on chat just for all to keep this available. So we have 2 global dimensions. Okay, and we have 6 shortcut dimension. What does this mean? And where are this available on Dynamics Nav? If we go to general on the search, we put gen setup. Okay, so just minimize. So you see there is a section inside the general ledger setup. Okay, there is a section called dimension. Here I have the dimension. There is 2 global dimension, global dimension 1, global dimension 2, and I have 6 shortcut. Why 6? Because we see here 8, but we have the first 2 shortcut dimension are the same as global. These are cannot be different. Okay, so so I have the same shortcut. The first 2 are the same as global. Now, if I want to change the global dimension at any time, okay, I will have to click here, change global dimension. So changing global dimension, it is a function available on the top of the screen. We click change global dimension and the system will show you what are the number of records, because it will affect a lot of things. I do not personally recommend to change dimensions globally. So this is why it's very important to set this global dimension from the beginning. So what is the meaning of global shortcut global dimension? These are the dimensions that are available in all screens and all tables inside NAV. So whenever you go to, for example, like customer, vendor, general journal, any transaction, it is available. We have this global dimensions defined everywhere, and we can use this global dimension as part of the filter and our search on all the records. So if we go, for example, we have here department and projects, you see. If we, as part of the examples, we go to posted documents, and inside the posted documents, the purchase invoice, I will see advanced filter. In all, there is always department code. There's always also project code. So project code. So these global dimensions are available on everything. Even if we go to item general ledger entries, inside the advanced find filter, I will select here also all. You see that I have department code. So it is available on all entries. The global dimension is available on all entries. I can go back. Here you see this is the Internet Explorer experience. We can go back up and change for the URL. So these are the dimensions that are available in the system. There is nothing that show that these are the global other than looking into the general ledger setup. So again, I will open the screen of general ledger setup. I have department projects. I can define up to other 6 shortcut dimension. Okay, but these shortcut dimension are not the only dimensions that I can use in the system. So I can use for by record unlimited number of dimensions. Okay, so just remember this. I can use on every transaction unlimited number of dimensions. Okay, so this is something that you need to know on this. Going back to dimension, I can see I have department, projects, purchaser. This is the list of dimensions. If you don't have the administration or you are not using the accounting manager role, you just have to put on the search. This is the magic place in Dynamics, and you have this dimensions. You click on it, so you have the list of dimensions. When I want to see the data of the dimensions, I select the selected dimensions. I click on values. Okay, so if I click on edit list, I will be able to change the information on the list. So we have for each dimension, we have the code, the name, caption, the filter caption, because we can also do filter on these dimensions, and if it is blocked or not. So we can block this. But if I would like to see the dimension values, I click here on values. So I see this is the department dimension. I will be able to see all the values of the department dimension inside Dynamics. So I have department IT, I have ADM, marketing, production, sales. So if I want to add a new department for quality control, so what I have to do is go to quality. I can put here QC. This is the quality control department. So this is how adding quality control department. This is the way I can add dimension values. So dimension values, who can add dimension values? These are the people that they have permission to add this. So this is the first important points regarding dimension. So here I can specify all my dimensions. I can specify values, and if there is any priority, okay, or any different default values for dimension, I can come and select the table. And if there is all customers or all bank, they must have, for example, dimension code specific of department Okay, so you can set this default dimension by table ID. So for a specific table inside that, this is a little bit advanced, but we will keep it now. If I want to add a new dimension, let's say I would like to have this dimension called employee, because you don't have here employee. So I can, it's very important to have an employee dimensions. So you see here, I put code, employee, name is employee, employee code, employee filter, I keep it as is, and it's very important. So here inside this employee, I can come also and put dimension values inside. I can put MB for Muhammad Barada. So inside the dimension value, I can have like 3 inside it. So I can come here and put 000. It is for IT department or ERP department, and put it as heading begin total. And here we have 999 is for ERP department and total. So it is and total, and I can change here to have this as 001, for example. I can have this structure inside Dynamics NAV. So now if I click on indentation, you see that the system show me that Muhammad Barada is under the ERP department. So I can add here another one, new line, put 002, okay, and put the name of also my daughter. She's sitting with home with me lately because of the coronavirus, as you said. No. So here, Muhammad Barada and Mia Barada are both in the ERP department. So this is how I can define. I can do post inside the system on any of them. It is better always to do post on the level dimension values here, standard one. Okay, these are the values that are used. The standard must be the values that are used for posting. So this is how I can add dimension, and I can put the dimension value inside this. Okay, so it's very important to define this inside the dimensions. So now the second step, if I would like to have this dimension, new dimension that I added to general ledger setup, I go to general ledger setup again, and inside dimensions I have dimension 7. I can put employee. Okay, so in this way, I added a new shortcut dimension. It is employee, and it can be used from now on all screens that they can, where I can add shortcut dimension. Some screen I cannot add shortcut dimension. I will have to select the dimensions. But if having it this as shortcut, I will show you later how you can use this as shortcut dimension where it can be used. So shortcut dimension 7 now is employee. But in order to show you more also the example of the system, I'm gonna add also here the customer size. See here, there is customer size. Okay, so it is the customer size here, and customer size code, and customer size filter. So this one, inside it, I will put here big customer. Okay, it's better to use large in the case of customers. So large customer or enterprise, let's say, is better. Enterprise. So enterprise customer, and I have here the mid size. So mid size customer and small size customer. This way, I'm adding a new analytical information at the level of GL account or GL entries. Whenever I have any post, I can specify if this post is related to a big customer or small or mid-sized customer. At the end of the analytical, when I'm running my financial statement, I will be able to check how much I'm selling for mid-size company or for small company. Is it my business is most focused on enterprise customers or on mid-size or small? So this is very important also values that I can add. But you see here dimension, I added this as dimension, customer size, but I didn't mention this, or I didn't specify this customer size on the general ledger setup. Okay, I didn't put it as shortcut. So I'm not only limited to shortcut dimension on the record. So here I will not put customer size, and you will see that I can use this dimension on my entries. Now let me show you. So we saw how we can create a new dimension, dimension values, okay, and we saw some information about default dimension values. Here I can set default value for account. Another, before I go to the one and the most important part to where I can use dimension, I'm gonna show you that under the financial, the chart of account, I can force the users, okay, to use a specific dimension. Let's say if I go to expense electricity, okay, okay, if I have entertainment, I don't know if I have entertainment here. I have entertainment, it's PR. I can, this is advertising expenses. I can see that I have here dimensions, and I can mention that for this entertainment, I must, okay, specify the customer size. And this way I say the code mandatory, which means that whenever I'm posting any time I'm using this account of entertainment, I must specify that this entertainment expenses are done for which customer size. So because I'm doing entertainment, it's not entertainment usually for the customer, specific customer. This is how I'm doing customization. Okay, and I can tell also that for all entertainment, the employee must be Hamad Barada, because I'm the only one doing entertainment. So I put here same code. So in that way, what I'm saying here in the configuration, whenever I'm using this account or I'm debit or credit account, I must be specifying customer size, and the employee also must be specified and must be code 001. Let me show you now the example. So this, you can do the specifications of dimensions for one account, or you can put here all, you can define, select different accounts, then go to action or navigate here, and you put here dimension multiple. So you can specify that all this must have, okay, a project department. So it is code mandatory. So you cannot post any cleaning or electricity without specifying. So if I go again and show you in sample, you see that department code mandatory are specified for all these accounts. So you can select one account and put dimension single, or you can select 2-3 account and put dimension multiple to set this information at the level of okay, at the level of dimension specification of the GL account. So now we have defined the dimensions, we have put the value of dimensions, we have put some criteria here on the dimensions. I'm gonna show you how I can use my dimension. So I go to general journal. You see here, if I go to choose column, the department code is not selected. So I have department code, I have the project code, okay, which is dimension 2, global dimension. Okay, all the customer group, all my shortcut dimension are here except the 7 and 8, because I have not mentioned before the 7 and 8. You cannot see here now, for example, the name of employee, because I have selected the employee as shortcut dimension 7. But I will add it here to the system, and you will see the projects code also. I will add this to here. So now if I would like to add the entertainment account, so I'm in the batch this date. I will put end. So entertainment account. I can add 500 in local currency, and I want to pay it how I will pay this as cash or bank. You can use the bank. Let me do it cash. Make it simple. Okay, so cash account. So now, and I usually I enjoy use the preview posting. The system will check. You see a dimension used in MB has got an error. Why? Select dimension value code for dimension customer size. So it's forcing me to use customer size. The customer size is not one of the dimensions. As you remember, is not one of them, right? So just let me here see that there is no. I'm just closing this meeting here. Okay, so I have the shortcut dimension. You see the employee, it is entered automatically because I put same code and I put employee same code. The system automatically linked this account to employee 00 because it's entertainment. Okay, but I have to specify the customer side. Again, if I put on preview, it asks me to specify customer side. How I do this, I click on dimensions and you see here employee 01 Muhammad Balada. I select the customer size and I put mid-size. So it is this entertainment, it is done for mid-size. Let me change the description in a way to put mid-size medium. Sorry, mid-size of customer. So I'm just mentioning this in description because I will show you later this. So now it's ready to post. I will post my entry. So it is posted successfully. If I go to my posted document, general ledger entries, okay, so I want to see the account. It is, sorry, I put here the account number, entertainment. So it will show me this one, the entertainment 400, because I have that. So if I go and click navigate to see if it is my real entry, it must be 500 because yes, it is 500, and this is the cash, but there is a VAT for this entertainment. This is why it showed me the amount it was divided. So now if I see dimensions overview, just to show it, to see that this entry that I have, the G006, it has the customer size, mid-size, employee. So if I come to this account, I tell him, please, you see here, I have the employee, the customer. I don't have this shortcut. You remember I told you that project code department are available. Okay, the department code and project code are available, but the others, the shortcut dimensions are not available, are only filtered here or showed, or you can do filter outside set dimension filter. So I would like to see all the customer size medium. You see now I will have this filter. It is showing me all entries with mid-size medium. So this is why it's great. Can you imagine? This is something that I can use very efficiently in a way to show me all the transactions that are available under the employee Muhammad Barada. So I can come here and set filter and put employee and put Muhammad Barada. Sorry, it is not reflecting. I put here employee. Okay, so Muhammad Barada, you see. I can remove this. So it is showing me the same information because both are having this dimension. You see here dimension, it showed me dimension. I'm gonna use another entry now just to show you the difference. So the general journal, I can do this in payment journal, cash receipt journal if I receive the payment or I'm paying now the journal of this entertainment to the vendor. Is what was not the vendor, it was paid directly. But if I have any payment for any vendor, okay, so I'm gonna just showing you vendor with balance example here, this one. So usually I debit vendor and I credit cash because I pay this amount from cash. So you see here I can put cash, and means I'm paying the vendor the amount of 600. Okay, this is for specific entry. So it is not the local currency you see here. I will put 600 in the local currency because it is another currency. So I will put here dimensions. I have the dimensions on the level of the payment journal also. You see it is already filled by dimension. I can add here employee Muhammad Barada. So just adding this, I will use also the preview posting. If there is anything missing system, there is nothing missing, I will post directly. So just to show you the difference. So I have now for Muhammad Barada, I have another entry. So if I go again to posted document, I go to general ledger, I set filter, show me please all entries with filter Muhammad Barada. So the system showed me now the payment, okay, that I did already now, and the transaction that I have done before. So all these entries, they have the dimensions Muhammad Barad employee. So you see here, this one G006. So usually I have this one for the payment and 3. So the debit and credit side of the entries are having this dimension specified. So it's really wonderful, and I'm able to add this additional analytical information at the level of general journal to specify for financially to have better analysis. So now if I also come to specific filter and I remove this employee, and I will tell please I need only to see the customer size enterprise, I don't have an entry. Okay, so there is no entry for document size enterprise, but for mid size I have this 3 entries. Okay guys, so I can have a lot of reporting analysis for by dimension. Also I'm going to show you now how I can use also advanced analysis using this dimension. But let us just summarize what we have see from the beginning till now. I have dimensions. I can add unlimited number of dimensions here, and these dimensions, for each dimension I have values. For values also I have no limitation. I can enter values, header, total. The difference, the dimension type I have here are standard. This is the one that I have. Both heading, totaling are used the same as chart of account. The heading and totaling only to be used for headers and total. And I have begin total. Every time there is a begin total, there must be end total. The system will automatically calculate the formula based on the first begin total that the system see before the end total. So when you click on indent the system, they will start searching from this end total and go up. The first begin total will be found, the number will be added here. So this is how system usually work on this. So I can add, for example, another one if I would like to add 100. So it is this the IT department, or say the MIS. It's not, it says IT, let's say department. Okay, so it is also begin total, and here the 1100 and 199 total of IT department. You will see now the system how will put this and total. So we put here new line. So 101 is the IT manager. I don't have a name now. I have only the position. When I click on indent, the system will recalculate. You see, the IT department, it was inside this. Why? Because I have this 9999. So if I would like to have an ERP department and the total department only for the ERP, I must put here like something new and put here 099, for example, this total ERP department. This is how I fix my organization chart in case dimension chart. And I have to add here new 0, call it global departments. Oh, let's say scroll up departments. So now, and I put here total, scroll up. So I have now a better. So you see, it give me an example of error because I don't have enough begin total and total. Now it will work properly. I have this scroll up department from 0 till 999. All these are considered as scroll up. This one and enter. This one, it will be closed with 100 and the 099 with 00. So I have this and this one and the total. This is how I define my dimensions and structure. So I can at any time see all the ERP department dimension. And when I would like to analyze also, it will show me all my the values of this dimensions. So I can define a lot of dimensions. I can put their values inside dimension. The next step, which is very important also, is to specify what are the global dimensions that I have inside the system. Global dimensions, I have two, and I have two. The first two global dimensions are the same shortcut dimension. Then I have 6 other shortcut dimensions. These shortcut dimensions are also quick dimensions that I have usually on sales order. I can also on general journal. I can specify these shortcut dimension. I can add them as a field already on the journal entries. But the global are available as field on all tables. Okay, this is the most important part for the global. And if I would like to change the global dimension, I have to go to general ledger setup, click on change global dimension. I don't recommend this, but you can do it. And you can put here, for example, I would like to specify the customer group as short. You see, this dimension is used setup. It gives you an error because it is used for shortcut. So the system will check if it is new customer size. I didn't use it. It will, when I put here prepare, it will show you how many records gonna be changed. You see, all these records will gonna be changed in case I change this to customer size in place of department. This is very risky. I put reset because I don't want to do it. And sometimes it might lead to error. So then I have to define my global and shortcut. Then the next step is start using these entries. You can use it in the payment journal and you can use it in general journal by adding choose document. You see here for shortcut dimension 7, it still didn't change. If I close all nav, okay, so I click on nav. Now, when I open nav, a system must load again this shortcut dimension because I've selected the employee shortcut dimensions. So if I go to payment journal and I see I have selected, I didn't select it, but I have the customer employee. The 7 is not anymore here because why? There is an employee code. Employee code is here. So I can add this shortcut dimension to all general journal. Okay, employee code, and I can specify this employee. You see here, all standard will be shown. So all dimensions that are standard will be shown only here. So I can only select the standard, the begin total and total, they are used only for analysis reporting purpose. So I can use this in payment journal. I can use dimension. I can see also the shortcut dimension in general journal, for example. So you see here, I choose column. I have the employee code also. it is added because you remember it is here. So it is now the name is changed. So I have the employee code on the level. This is at the level of journals. You have this shortcut dimension here. But if you go to chart of account, okay, you choose here, there is no shortcut dimension, so and global sometimes. So if we go to customer, for example, if I would like to specify that this customer, it is for a certain reason, I want to link this customer to an employee or to customer size, which is most important. So what I do, I go to customer and I navigate, and inside the navigation, you must have dimensions, and I can put here that the customer size is enterprise, and I can force that this same code. So every time I select the London Candoxy storage campus, I will have this dimension automatically filled customer size. Even that customer size is not by the shortcut dimension. Where I can see this, when I go to sales order, so I remember which one, the number. So the customer is the London Candoxy. That's 0190590 I can also copy the cell just to make sure that I'm selecting the right customer. I go to order processing again, sales order. When I click new, okay, so I'm going to do sales order for this customer number. When I select the customer number immediately at the same time, okay, you see that the dimensions the department, customer size are selected. So the system automatically put this as enterprise. And if I put here GL account, I can sell service contract for this customer, and I can put the unit amount. It's not mandatory, so I put 1,500. I can check the post. If I would like to check the preview posting, I have here preview posting. The system will tell me that invoice number is not mandatory, so I can post it. Now this, after put the release and post, ship and invoice. So I'm gonna show you that inside the posted invoice also, this dimensions was brought also to customer. So I can see at any time what are the posted sales invoice inside my posted sales invoice. Okay, I can filter, advanced filter. You see here, there is no, do you see any customer size? There is no customer size because it is not a global, but the global department code, it is available. In order to do any filter, okay, so this is not possible here. So the filter, this is why, guys, we need this analytical report or advanced reporting to see the data. But the analysis, the dimension, they are specified here. So if you go now to the last entry, the new entry, this one, click on dimension, I have customer size, department salesperson, but I cannot filter. I cannot come and see what is the customer code. I can see the customer dimension set. The system will not save on the record the values of dimension. They will save the dimension sets, and this dimension set will be linked to these dimensions. So this combination, it will have inside Dynamics NAV dimension set value, which is going to show you, this is between you, me and you, please don't tell anybody because this is a lot of people that don't know. The dimension set ID is 161. What does this mean? For dimension set ID 161, I have the customer size, department salesperson equals sales GR enterprise. This three selected record are dimension set 168. So if I can come here I can put here dimension sets. This is the only filter that I can do. If I know 161, okay, and enter, the system will show me this because I have this combination. It might be used many times. So whenever I have dimension selected, customer side enterprise, department sales, and salesperson GR, it will take dimension set ID 161. So this is another point to mention and to put note about it. So the system inside the record, it will save the global entry, global dimension ID for department and project here, and the dimension set ID, so which is the combination of the other dimensions selected at the level of the entry. Okay, now how I can make profit of this again? I can go, but at the level of how I can see, sorry, the posted document, if I go back, general ledger entry, here I can tell the system, please show me the employee or the customer size enterprise. So it will show me this invoice, the order and the amount of the order. So at the level of general ledger entries, I can filter by dimension. Okay, and even here, if I see the shortcut dimension, I can put show matrix here. It will show me all the dimensions selected for this. It is department, sales, enterprise. So, but you know, I cannot post or filter on this. It will show it to me. It is going to show it to me as what we call matrix. Okay, this is why we call it overview, and we see it as show matrix here. I can see it for a lot of records. So it is very important that to know the dimension and how it is configured inside the system. One of the most important part that when we define our analytical reporting or account schedule, I can tell the system, please show me entries that comes from this, like here, from this here also. The system, it filtered the dimension set 161, the one that I have selected before. So it will, I can do my account schedule or analysis by dimension with this dimension that I have defined. What does it mean? There is something top secret, very important inside NAV called analysis by dimensions. Did you ever heard about this? It is available under the department, the finance. Okay, when you go to general ledger entry, the reporting analysis, there is analysis by dimension. Here, I can define a new analysis by dimension. We call it analysis view. What does this mean? Here, I can tell the system, please, this is new. Okay, or we call it March 2020 because I have created this. This is a new analysis view created during training. I'm just making sure that you're here, and I can put it for a specific filter or all account. I can mention that I would like to do this analysis by dimension for all accounts starting 6, so from revenue, or I can select also specific account or no. I can do the compression. What does it mean? The system now will create for you a record for each analysis view, adding this dimension. So I can put not related to your global and shorter. So I can tell, please, I need this dimension on a monthly basis. Okay, starting 1/1/2020. Okay, and the dimension is gonna be department and the project, and the third one is employee, let's say customer size and employee. So I'm creating a new type of analysis. You see here, I can enable update on posting. So every time there is any post in the system will create for you a record, will update the monthly record. So it will create one record per account per month with this dimensions and show you the value. Okay, so it could be an updated, and when I click update, the system will run. You see, I have last entry. There is 3,445 record already created for all accounts with these dimensions code. Okay, so now where I can use this, the analysis by dimension, I can define. You see here, I can use this as a report to show a matrix. So analysis by dimension, I have to create a new analysis view. Okay, here I select. I can put date filter, show it me please from 1/1/20 till today. So 1/1/1/01/01/20 till 19/03/20. Okay, I can put out filter, and you see here the customer size. I can specify, show me the enterprise. While you see, I have this 4 customer size, or I can remove also the filter. I can see the account actual amount. I can see the amount in accounting currency. When I click show, the system will show you all amounts, okay, with the values that you are showing. If I put the filter enterprise, okay, it was closed. I'm gonna just refresh. There I go, and that's by dimension. This is the March one. I'm gonna show it again. So put size enterprise, right, and show matrix. So at this stage, you see there is no more data. I have only for the customer, because I have this data having the enterprise customer size department. So this is where I can see all my analysis inside the system with the ability to filter by customer or by employee. Show me all employee Muhammad Barada. So when I click show matrix, the system will show me all entries. Where is the beauty? If I want to see with this filter معين, حط a specific filter 1/1/2020 until 18/03 or until 31/1/21, because the data here, I can show as column, tell them that I would like to see the customer size as column, okay, and remove this. So inside the analysis view, so I put here, sorry, I removed the filter 0/1/20 until 31/12/21. I would like to see the customer size, okay, and show matrix. So the system will show me for each type of mid-size what are the amount. I can do this also for employee, for example, which is really nice. Employee, I don't have it. I have it as employee, show matrix. So it will put all the number of employees and even with the total, and will show me that this, you see, and with the total. So I have cash for mid-size, and I have all entries that was related to dimensions are here. So this is analysis by dimensions, very important. I have the same ability to use this at the level of account schedule. This is why I define analysis name, or inside my analysis, I can always see that I have the dimension that I have specified inside analysis by view. So if I put here all my dimension inside account schedule, if you heard about it before, okay. So whenever you have any, you can select, let's say, analysis capital structure here. I would like to use the column analysis view that I have just created. This will allow me, when I go to account schedule, when I select here the dimensions, you see I have the employee code, customer size code. So I have included this all inside my filter, which is a great way to use dimension inside the system. I think for this session, it was enough to to show you the dimensions. If you have any question, I will remove I will allow you, if you have any questions, you can speak and tell me if there is anything special that you would like to ask regarding dimensions. But dimensions, it's a very strong capability inside the system. You can use it inside Dynamics NAV for financial analytical purpose. This is why you see here this is part of analysis by dimension. You have two global dimensions again. So just to remind you, and two global dimensions, and you have 6 shortcut dimensions that you can specify inside Dynamics NAV. If you have any questions, I think Salah, you have a question? Yes. Very interesting. Thank you. Thanks for your feedback, Salah. It was nice seeing you always participating in our workshops. So this was really quick but informative about Dynamics NAV, the dimension part. I'm gonna put the video soon on the YouTube if you would like to watch it again and to keep it for you as a record and to share it with your colleagues. I'm ready always to answer any question if you have on the level of LinkedIn or at the level of my Facebook page. So I'm gonna show a lot of like this training during this period while people are sitting more home. So feel free to send me your proposed schedule, and I will consider this take this into consideration, guys. Okay, again, I have the Facebook page also. You can see it here. I have Dynamics 365 Club. It will be not that much profitable for you, but you can use also. I have Muhammad Barada, the Facebook page on. Also, I'll be available to answer on using the Facebook Messenger. I will send you also the link of the Facebook page on the group of this event. Okay, so you can use it at any time. So have a good day. Thank you for watching this, and see you later for a great training again. Okay, thanks. If you have any questions, I will leave the floor for 1 minute, and then I will close this training. Thank you again for watching.